Social situations used to be easy. You get dressed, you show up, you smile, you leave when it's over. But now every interaction feels like a social experiment that I did not sign up for. Like, how long is too long to stay at a party? Is it rude to leave early, or is it self-care? Don't even get me started on the group chats. Why are there 47 unread messages and somehow I'm the problem? And ghosting? Oh, ghosting has evolved. It's not just disappearing anymore, it's soft launching your exit, slowly fading into the background like a backup dancer in your own life. So today we're talking about it. The unspoken rules, the fake rules, and the ones we just make up as we go. Welcome to my guide on how to survive social situations without losing your mind or your reputation. Hey everybody, welcome back. Season 3 of Still Can't Cook. And that's pretty fitting right now because I still can't cook and I also cannot figure out how to handle social situations without ruining them or looking like an idiot most of the time. I missed you guys truly, and I feel like this season we're coming back in a little self-aware, a little more honest, and if I'm being real, slightly more socially exhausted. Because somewhere along the way, socializing stopped being fun and started feeling like a performance review. So today we are kicking off the season with something we all have to deal with, but hardly anyone talks about: a guide to social situations. We're covering how to leave a party early without seeming like a psychopath, group chat etiquette because what are the rules, and the age-old question, to ghost or not to ghost. If you've ever sat on your couch debating on whether you should go out and socialize, then this episode is for you. Let's start with one of life's greatest challenges, which is leaving a party early without making it a whole thing. For me, to leave a social situation, I do one or two things. The Irish goodbye is the best way to do it because then people wonder where you are and what happened, and then you don't have to explain it. And if they are talking about you, then they're talking about you with mystery and wonder. Leave them guessing. Or say that you have to do something early in the morning. But going around and saying goodbye to everybody is going to take up hours of your mental space. All the time you wanted to be home, you're going to be shaking the hands of people that you don't really want to be shaking the hands of, having what happened, explaining why you're leaving to people you don't need to explain it to. So for me, two things. Either leave without anyone knowing it, text the host, say thanks for a great time, or tell your closest friend in the room that you're leaving and then they can tell everybody. Or when you walk in, tell the host that you have an early morning. You don't have to say goodbye to everybody in the room. It's exhausting. You end up staying longer. And if you're like me and you're going to talk to somebody, you're going to do it with a cocktail, and you should have stopped 2 ago, dragging out your night, putting yourself in a mood you don't want to be in, getting crappy with people you shouldn't be. The look, you can't hide your face, when you're tired and you should leave. If your face looks like you need to go home, you need to go home. Irish goodbye is the best way. Or initially know you're going to leave early and tell the host when you get there. An excuse in the very beginning is better than an excuse later on in the party. So I say, first choice, Irish goodbye. Second choice is tell the host when you get in that you have something to do early in the morning. And then if none of those things happen because you forget to do it all because you're too busy wondering what you're going to wear to the party, then pull in the best friend and let them tell them why you left. And then still you have to text the host and have manners. Don't be rude. I've been in a million situations where I have to just do the Irish goodbye, which for me comes naturally because I don't know if you know my name, but it's Kelley. It's an Irish thing for sure. No one says goodbye. It's I don't know if it's kind of part of, you just don't want to cry. My family always said you don't say goodbye, you say I'll see you later. There's something about a goodbye in Ireland, I guess, that you never knew if you're going to see somebody again. So rather than saying goodbye and maybe putting an omen out there that it's the last time you're going to see them, you just leave without saying goodbye. That's my made up version of how it happened. But it is true. Irish people will slip out the back door, weddings, funerals, parties, just without saying goodbye. You're like, where's cousin Billy? Oh, he left. And then every other cousin after that left too. Saying goodbye just seems awkward. But yeah, social situations and getting out of them is definitely a unique tool that you learn after making a million mistakes and staying far beyond your expiration date at a party that you wanted to leave 6 hours ago. And now you're sitting talking about someone's kids and how they're doing at football. Slip out the back is what I say. So you don't just start off with the Irish goodbye. It's a technique that you learn by trial and error. My family had a bar growing up, and then my brother opened a nightclub when I was in my teens. So parties were part of my life. And in the beginning, you want to say goodbye to everybody because, man, you're cool. You're out, being out and in these rooms with people, you felt lucky. I did. I felt lucky to be there. So when I was leaving, I had to be like, oh my God, thank you so much. I'm going to go around and say goodbye to every single person that I talked to, which is now the person I can't stand. I was her. And I would find myself 2 hours past my expiration point, still at the party, saying goodbye to people, ended up staying and never leaving at the time I should have left. So I've learned from that. Those hours you can't get back. And when you grow up in a lifestyle where a lot of parties are happening, which is what I had, those are a lot of hours that I've lost in the ethos of goodbyes. So what I decided was I'm going to try it. I'm going to Irish goodbye. I'm going to walk out. I'm not going to tell anybody. And let me tell you, I was scared. It's like, people are going to get mad at me, because I always think everybody's mad about me, because everything is always about me. Everybody's mad at me. Everybody either loves me or hates me. Everything's about me. So in the party situation, of course they're going to know I'm gone. The whole place is going to stop and look for me. So, it's a lot of pressure when you're so popular. But so I decided that I was going to do the Irish goodbye. And the first time I tried it, we were at a party at the Soho Grand where I used to work, and everyone knows each other, but then there's also people who don't know you, and these are the people that you're meeting at the event. You know what I'm saying? Those first timers. You go to a party most of the time, if it's an invited party, you know people or know of people or a friend of a friend. So this was that situation, but guests and stuff. So a lot of people, let's just say that. And I used to say goodbye and no. So I decided I was going to do it, and I said I was going to the bathroom. And I went to the bathroom, and as I was sneaking out, because I'm not going to lie, I did go to the bathroom. I might sneak out, but I'm not a liar. So I did, in fact, go to the bathroom. And as I was coming out of the bathroom, I was going to the coat check, and I got caught by one of the people I work with. Like, when are you doing? I thought you coming back inside. I'm like, well, no, I'm going to go. Well, did you say goodbye to? No, I didn't say goodbye. And I'm like, wait a second. I didn't even want to say goodbye to you. And now I'm in the hallway talking to you as I'm trying to get my coat. And they were drunk, and I probably was too. But that was my first attempt at the Irish goodbye, and I kind of almost did it, but I got caught in the hallway. But I still left without saying goodbye to everybody else. And I didn't even realize I was doing what you should do, which I was telling the friend. But it was by default, because I got caught. But I told a friend I was leaving, and that friend did go inside and tell everybody that I had left. I did get text messages asking if somebody offended me because something was said early in the night that didn't happen, which made me happy, because we confronted a situation that I wasn't even going to confront, but my leaving looked like I was mad. And so they knew they were wrong. This all worked out. So this worked to my benefit. Irish goodbyes are good. I'm not going to sit around and talk to everybody at the end of the night. I'm done. I'm finished. And if I stay, trust and believe you don't want me there, because I'm going to drink. And when I'm drinking and I'm tired and I don't want to be there, you don't want to hang out with me. Irish goodbyes are the best way to do it, but you have to live and learn and practice. And now you don't tell anybody you're going to the bathroom. You don't tell anybody about your coat. You just slip. Don't even coat check. You don't coat check at parties. Hold your jacket. You can't leave when you have to stand in line and run to people. So my rule of thumb, come in and say that you have to leave early if that's your choice, because you know you want to leave. But if some point of the evening you hit your wall and you want to get out, stop, drop, and roll. Tell no one. Grab your coat and run. Grab your coat, just like, put it over your cape it. You could cape at a party without looking like you're leaving. Cape your coat. There's ways of getting around it. Hide your bag, cape your coat, smile at people, keep the drink in your hand. Don't put your drink down. Walk out the door with the drink unless you're going to get arrested. Put it out by the door. Like, put it out before you walk on the street, because it's illegal in New York to bring your drink outside. But just, act normal. Walk around. Don't tell anybody. And then bounce. And then text the host. That's the rules these are the rules I live by now. But I've learned the hard way. I remember getting caught moment when I was like, and it was the one person wanted me to stay. That one person who depends on you for the social minute? That's what happened. I was like, oh my God, you're leaving? You didn't tell anybody. I'm like, oh, yes, I am. Get away from me. But it all worked out, because now I do it all the time. And I have friends who are comedians, and that's a hard Irish goodbye, because when someone's on stage and you're like, gotta go. How do you do it when they're on stage? You gotta bend down and run by. Bend down, run by. Have the jacket. Don't let them see it, because then they know you're leaving. Then they think you're going to the bathroom, and then you leave and you text from the car. You have to do the bend down and run past the stage. I have a whole technique. We'll get into the technique of the comedy thing. But yeah, if you have your friends, sometimes it's good because the light's not, it's dark in a comedy club, so you can kind of make your way out. It's kind of rude to leave when your friends are on stage, but if you see one set already, then it's not. There's some rules to this too, etiquette about how you leave a comedy show. We're not talking about that now, but it is true that it is rude to leave when your friends are performing, correct? So you have to at least have seen one set, and then you can leave during the second set. And then you don't tell anybody you're doing it. You leave then too. And that's the Irish goodbye, mastered by Kelley Fakey. So the day I figured out that the Irish goodbye was stealth and the best way to do it was also the day, that was a pretty dark day for me. I found out that day that the world, in fact, does not revolve around me. Oh yeah, no, take a minute. I know, it's weird. Yeah, I left and no one called. Imagine that day. I mean, a tear might shed now. It was a dark day, but guess what? I got out scot-free. I'm not that popular. I know I am. I'm really that popular. They just know that I was leaving. The world does still revolve around me, just not at 2 o'clock in the morning. And it's okay. The next day, as long as they check on me, it was fine, which they did. I had about an hour of like, am I even here? Am I a figment of my own imagination? Is no one asking where I am? Do they not know I left? So sometimes, because I'm such an insecure person who needs attention, I know that's weird. Now I do sometimes tell people I'm leaving just to see if they care. Usually Irish goodbye, but if I'm feeling bad about myself, I'll be like, hey, is it okay if I leave? No, stay. Okay, all right, I'll stay. Yeah, sometimes I do that too. Fills me up when I know people love and need me. But it was a dark moment when the phone didn't ring after the first goodbye. But now I go between the two, depending on how secure I feel. If I know it'll look great and I'm killing the room, then I'll leave. But I'm not really sure if I'm on the fence, if I'm not the coolest person there, then I'm like, maybe I should stay and say goodbye to everybody. And at least one person will ask me to stay. The truth is, you are allowed to leave. You are not stuck at a party just because you were invited and you were kind enough to show up. And then don't even get me started about the one friend who has to turn around and say goodbye to every single person they ever shared airspace with. You know that one. Let's go. Oh, give me 1 second. I just got to talk to... No. Don't tell that friend you're leaving. That's the friend you give the Irish goodbye to. You know that one friend that feels like, well, I got to say goodbye to Mary. No, you don't. Mary don't even care you're here. She didn't even say hi to you. You ran over and tried. She was like, oh, I don't know your name. Go say goodbye to her. She doesn't know your name. Don't do that. That one friend, you know who you are, running around trying to say goodbye to everybody so you look popular and have a social network that you never had before. Yeah, those people. Try to avoid them if you can. Don't go to the parties with them. Because you know ahead of time if they're going to be there. Then you can just kind of, smile across the room. But if you have like a best friend that's one of those people that have to go every single person and say goodbye, it's awful. Just bounce on them too. I think we need to normalize the Irish goodbyes. Not because we're rude, but because we know ourselves. If you're the type of person who actually asks the question and then waits and listens to the answer, the Irish goodbye is the only way out, because as you're saying goodbye to people, they're then sharing their lives with you too. So now you're starting a whole nother conversation when what you wanted to say is bye-bye. So if you do that, then you have to stay and listen to everybody that you're saying goodbye to and what their plans are or why they're staying or why they can't get out early. Then people get mad at you that you get to escape and they don't. You know when you hit your wall? There are moments at a party you hit your wall. I know I do. You are done. Those are the moments you need to leave. When you're standing there 5 minutes past when you should have gone and your whole mood changes and everything starts to aggravate you, you know you should have left 5 minutes ago. Trust yourself. When you want to leave, leave. You don't owe anybody anything. And the fact that you showed up is nice enough. People don't come to the parties. People don't even RSVP anymore. So if you're there, you showed up, you got dressed, you did all the things, you don't need to say goodbye to everybody. It's not socially unacceptable anymore just to slip out. And most of the time, half these parties, people's faces are in their phones anyway. You can text everybody a group text goodbye. Group text, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, Irish goodbyes is the way to do it. It's simple, it's easy, whatever. People expect it from me at this point, but I just don't think you owe anybody anything. Parties are so difficult these days. Getting people's attention keeping someone's attention these days is difficult. So if you're in the group situation, if you're at a party and you're tired and you hit your wall, trust yourself. You don't owe anybody anything. Go to bed. Everyone can tell you don't want to be there as much as you think you're faking it. And then they're going to talk about how rude you were. And if you would have left 5 minutes earlier, you'd be the life of the party. So give yourself the credit of not having people talk behind your back. Give yourself the luxury of not having people talk badly about you. Leave when you know you got to leave. Trust yourself. Hitting your wall and having people see it is not cute. Honestly, leaving a party is one thing, but you know where people really struggle to make an exit? The group chat. Tell me why there's 47 unread messages and somehow I'm the bad guy. I cannot tell you how difficult it is to keep up with group chats. I have a friend chat. I have a family chat. You all know this. Then you have the side chat about the chat. You have 2 friends talking about the other 4 friends. I just recently found out that my friends have a group chat that I'm not involved in. And you know why? Because they're talking about me in it. Because they're so sick about my repeat stories. But it was almost so innocently told to me. And here's the thing. I was upset. I was insulted that there's a group text I wasn't part of. Do you know how much I hate a group text? Why am I mad? You want to be in the group text, but then you're mad because it's too much. There's too many text messages, and you find out about a side text you're not a part of. Meanwhile, you mute the text you're already in. There's 75 messages you haven't read, but you're mad that you're left out of the other one. You know why you're mad? Because you know they're talking about you in that one. Or you hope they're talking about you in that one and that they're not just leaving you out. It's got to be something that they're talking about with you or not just topics they don't want to share with you. Oh, I didn't even think about that. I thought it was because of, never mind, I'm going to have a whole breakdown now about my group chats and what I'm not part of. I have a huge family group chat, and then that family group chat is broken down into 6 other group chats. And in a day, I'll have 100 text messages. So what are the rules in a group chat? Do you have to respond to everything? Is it rude to put it on mute? Do you have to give a thumbs up or an emoji every time? So there's 3 different types of people, I think, in a group chat, depending on the number of people in your chat. There's the person who ignores everything and reads it at home and doesn't say anything. So then you never even know if they saw the chat. Then there's the one friend who puts a smiley face or a thumbs up on everything. Then there's the oversharer, the one who has to tell you everything from the minute they woke up until they went to bed, sharing endless memes. And not only are they sharing the memes in the chat, but they're sharing the memes on Instagram and on Facebook and all the other thing. You know the meme friend. And then maybe you're like me. You read some, sometimes you acknowledge them. So I don't know what the rules are. I don't know if I'm supposed to respond to everything. If I did, I couldn't do this. I'd be texting somebody. There's constantly something going on in the group text. No matter who you are in the group chat, somebody's always annoyed. There's always somebody who said or didn't say, someone who said something important and everybody missed it. I will come in at the tail end of things all the time and be like, I don't know what I missed, because it's 75 different messages before I've read any. And I'm like, do I have to scroll up to all of this? So what I do now is I say, did I miss something important? And if I did, they'll tell me, oh yeah, so-and-so had this happen, it was a big deal. But if it's just chit-chatting and we're supposed to have dinner and now we're talking about our childhood trauma, I'm cool just reading it at the end. I'll sum it up and that's it. I give a lot of thumbs up when I come back in and I've missed like 75 messages because I don't want my friends to think that I don't care. But man, it's difficult to know what the rules are. Leaving a group chat, that's like a breakup. You can't leave a group chat. You know what happens if you leave the group chat? Everybody's talking about why you left the group chat and how many things you did wrong in the group chat and why they were mad at you anyway. And then they branch off. There's side chats about you leaving the chat. Then other people are asking. Then you have a whole new chat going on. It's a whole thing. It's like a tree. It's the tree of life, the chat version. Everything just spreads. There's all different arms. So if you leave a group because you're annoyed, then they side text you and create a whole other group. So you really can't ever get out. It's like an endless circle. It's like Hotel California. You can never, ever leave a chat because they'll just keep branching off. It's like, yeah, it's a whole thing. I don't think you could ever get out of a chat. Now I'm getting scared. I'm going to see if I think if you leave a chat, they pull you into another chat. Think about it. They keep pulling you back in. You try to get out. It might one other person. There'll be one person. There might be one person that you had in the other chat that's not in the new chat. Meanwhile, that wasn't even the person you were getting away from, because you can't say you were getting away from. You just left the chat. I think leaving a chat is a major, major move. I don't think I've left a chat. I don't think I have that kind of oomph. I don't think I'm powerful enough to do that, because I'd be afraid I'd lose all my friends and all my family. Like I have a family chat and a friends chat. And I've had family members get annoyed and leave and then have to get invited back in. How about that? Imagine like walking away and then coming back and having to knock. It's like, you can't slam the door and then come back and knock. Leaving a group chat and then coming back in is kind of the same thing. You have this dramatic exit, slam the door and you're like, I forgot my keys. I forgot my house key. Like what? What are you coming back for? You left. I don't know. I think group chats could be a lot of fun because you get a lot of information. I love the sharing of pictures. I have friends right now. I have friends who are away. They're sharing where they are with us, and it's great to keep up. And when I'm on the beach with my dog, I love to share with my friends. But it's like, it's a lot. And what's going on in the world now, everybody's talking about politics and sharing memes. And it's just, so I stay silent. That's my choice, to keep my head clear, especially when there's problems. I don't want to put too much of that. We get so much of it on social media. The last thing I want to do is go onto a group where we're sharing like puppy memes and find out something just got blown up. Like, I need to distance myself from all the bad news. And sometimes group chats you get bombarded with it. So I am handling here the etiquette behind a group chat. And so there's a lot of rules. If there's a fight in your group chat, which has happened, if you have like 5 or 6 people in a chat and there's an argument within the chat, how do you handle that? I think what most of us do is we have a side chat. You side chat the person that you agree with privately, or you can start a row with your friends and decide that you will speak your opinion. I don't think that's a smart move because that's always there. That's the thing about the chat. Once you write it, it's there. You can try to delete it. We all done that. Send something, oh, I didn't mean to unsend a message. Someone saw the message. It can never be cognito on a group chat. So stealth is not the way to go. I think you have to stay quiet and then side text the friend that you think was correct. Now, you're not going to be gossiping about your other friends, because that's another problem. By the way, once you write it, people, it's there forever. So don't write anything that you don't want anybody else seeing. Even if you try to delete it, like I said, they've probably read it. A lot of people take a screenshot of stuff. I would rather call them. The etiquette is make a phone call. No, I think that we can branch off to the person if there was a fight in a group chat and tell them privately that either they were right or, soften the blow a bit between friends, because it does happen. People do have disagreements. And I think the correct thing to do is to stay out of it. I don't think everyone should bombard someone, even if you don't agree, even if everyone is in the same agreement with the person that's the point of the problem in the conversation. I don't think that you should bully. I think group chat, you can bully in a group chat. Everyone can kind of come in against one person, and that's terrible. I think side chat to the person that you feel was wrong or right, and let them know that you either think that they need to change their mind or how you see things differently, or that you support them and they were correct. But I think that you don't want to do that in a group, because it feels like a bullying situation. So the people that are in a group chat that only send emojis and do say nothing else are quite annoying. Certain times there are things you have to respond to or just shut up. But if you share something important that requires more than a thumbs up or a smiley face, I think it seems very flippant. And you know who you are. There's people that do that. I think that we all have one or two. If you have two, you should probably kick that person out of the chat if you're the administrator. But yeah, the emoji, it seems to me very lazy. It feels like I'm here, but not enough to care to write anything. It's like a don't forget about me type of chat person. And I don't like that. I think you need to put in some opinions here and there or stay quiet. An emoji now and then, but we all have, that one person that does like the thumbs up, the smiley face, the fire, the what? Is there a story that you're going to tell me? Because I don't get it. And then it bings. The chat person who only puts one sentence at a time, just put a paragraph. Why am I getting a bing, 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 bing? One line. Yeah, there's a couple of things in chats that have to be eliminated. Constant emoji sharing and the one line chat text person. Make a paragraph, send a paragraph, have a solid thought. Those things we have to erase those from our chats. Those people, you know who you are, stop. Don't do emojis, don't do one-line sentences for a 16-sentence paragraph. Put it all together, put it all together in one text and send it. I don't want to have my phone binging. I silence a lot of chats. And when is it okay to silence a chat? Can you do a 1 hour silence, the 8 hour silence, the 24-hour silence? That's a big one. That's when you know you've had enough. I'm in a lot of group chats. I'm lucky I'm popular, people like me, but I'm in a lot of group chats. So it's difficult for me to maneuver my way through the group chats, because what you do is you forget who's in which. They're all different names. We have one group chat that is called Michelle's Mature Friend Group, and that is my girlfriend's, and that is Michelle Wolf. You know who you are, Michelle Wolf, but she is the youngest of our friends, so the group is called Michelle's Mature Friends. Instead of the old bitches, she calls us mature friends, which is very kind of her. But in that group, these are my closest girlfriends, and we all kiki, whatever, we chit-chat. There's no drama in that group chat, but there is the split-off sleeper cell chats that no one talks about. When something does happen in that chat, but we love each other too much that we're not going to call each other out on it, because God forbid you tell your girlfriends when you're mad at them, and we split chat to the other friends and we talk about the one person we're mad about. I would never do that to my friends, but you guys do that. So let's just say, hypothetically speaking, if there was a side group chat to talk about each other to each other without the person we want to talk about knowing, we do the split off chat. That split off chat sometimes can be mistaken for the other chat or vice versa. Do you see where I'm going with this? There is that one chat that the friend is not in that you're talking about, and then I don't know if you're accidentally going on a trip and forgot that friend wasn't invited, and you put your flight information into the wrong chat. Might have happened to me. And the friend that wasn't included in the trip finds out that you're going on a trip because the names of the chat were too close. And that's why Michelle's Mature Friend Group is the right name for the chat. But before that chat, we had split off chats. And I might have accidentally sent the information of a flight to a friend who wasn't invited. And all of my friends called me, "Are you out of your mind?" I was like, I don't know. I was at a sample sale. First of all, do not text and shop. What am I, nuts? It's like texting and driving. Worse. Texting and shopping is the worst thing you could ever do. So I accidentally, in the middle of a really beautiful sample sale, group chatted the wrong group with the flight information with one girl who wasn't included. And all shit hit the fan, and I was the one who did it. And back then, there was no option of unsending, which is a beautiful option now, though someone always sees it. So then I had to explain the trip. And then I had to explain to my other friends who now had to explain the trip how sorry I was because they were all mad at me because now she was upset. So this is another really important rule for the group chats. Have distinct names. Don't have weird ass emojis as the titles. Have like, this chat does not include Kelley. Have that be the name of it. That should be the name of the chat I'm not in, because if you circle back and say something bad about me, I'm gonna be mad. There's also a group chat in my family because there's an entire other group of Fahey's. My father's brother has a bunch of kids, and my father's brother has one daughter named Carrie Ann, and I'm Kellyanne. And they did a group chat, and they put me on their family group chat right after a family party. And when it came in, I was like, oh my God, I hope it doesn't say anything bad about us, because I'm in, like, I know they didn't know I was in there. They thought I was Carrie Ann. It was like, oh, just left so-and-so's party. I'm like, oh no, they're gonna talk about me. I'm the person who, like, if you lie, and I know you're lying, unless you're my partner, I'm not gonna call you out on it. I feel bad for you. Like, I'm the person who's like, you fart, I'm not gonna say I smell it. I'm like embarrassed for you. That's it, that's your thing. I'm gonna pretend I don't know. No, it's great. I didn't hear anything or smell anything. So in this moment of that group chat coming in from all of my cousins at a party we were all just at, with them thinking they're with just their siblings, it was like, drum roll, please let them know that it's me. So before the text could start getting big, I was like, it's Kellyanne, it's not Carrie Ann. Oh my God, don't say anything. But they had said how fun the party was and what a good time they had. And I, for a second, was like, now if this was my Fahey family, after leaving the party, just my siblings, there would be a whole other group accidentally pulling in one of the cousins. Yeah, we wouldn't be invited to a lot of parties after that. But this group of Fahey's was very nice. So thank you, cousin Fahey's, for not saying anything bad about these Fahey's, or at least me, because I was the one at the party. But yeah, group chats can go haywire. There's another thing that someone did on a group chat that I thought was kind of, it was smart because he got what he wanted, but a friend wanted to borrow money off of my then boyfriend, no longer my boyfriend, on again, off again, who asked to borrow money off of him, and in the borrowing money, added me to the chat. We didn't have a group chat before that, but he knew what he was doing because on ego alone, he had to say yes to the loan because I was in, oh, that just rhymed. Ego alone, yes to the loan. Oh, you can use that. I'm a poet. But he knew I was in there, and it wasn't a lot of money. I mean, for me, it was a lot of money, but for this specific situation, it was not. But he pulled me into the group text chat, single text group chat. Yeah. What is it? Here's another question. When's it a chat and when's it a text? 2 or more people? I think the rule is going to be 2 or more people makes it a chat. 1 or 2 people could still be a text. So 3 and up makes it a chat. That's the rule. I'm sticking to it. But yeah, he asked for money, purposely pulled me in, and that was just sleazy. But he did he knew what he was doing. So there's a lot of, you can do a lot. You can move a lot through chats and figure your way through and like get what you want, especially side texting. Like if you need someone and you're like, I'm about to go into the group and I'm going to say this, you can give a heads up and be like, hey, I'm going to talk about so-and-so. Can you jump in and like support me? I do this a lot, don't I? I'm giving so many of my secrets away. Group chat etiquette. This is like, there's so many things to maneuver today. What are we doing? I love the unsends. I love the WhatsApp delete messages. You can delete a message on WhatsApp up to 48 hours after you send it. The only thing is that they can take a picture. Then you can also do that view once thing. Have you ever tried that view once thing? People don't like it, but I've tried it and I've used it. Yeah, there's a lot of ways of getting around getting caught. But just name your group chats really clear names, because I will never write in my mature friends group, I will never accidentally bash one of the mature friends and Michelle. But I will side text and bash them. Now, I'm only kidding. I would never bash you guys. I love you so hard. But, you know, we do kind of vent on the side to one another. Apparently, you guys vent without me in a chat. I'm going to get to that phone. I'm going to get in one of your phones and read that chat. What other people say about you is none of your business, except for when you make a comment on my podcast on how fabulous I am. That is my business. Short of that, keep your opinions to yourself. You can say you don't like me too. Whatever opens the conversation. But yeah, chats are fun, draining, time-consuming, and you really need to be clear before you text an old chat that's no longer active with a friend that wasn't included in something, because that's kind of, you don't want to make anybody feel left out, and that kind of sucked. It was a shitty moment. And I have fixed it with said friend since. So yeah, you know what? I'm tired now after talking about this. And so I'm going to have to take a nap. Emotionally drained from the chat talk. How about that? Thumbs up. Smiley face. Yeah, it's a lot of maneuvering. You got to figure your way out. But there's the over explainer. There is the quiet, never says anything but reads everything one. And you only know when you see each other and they bring up something you said and you're like, oh, you didn't even make a comment. Oh, how are you feeling? Oh, you didn't know, you knew I was sick? You didn't say anything. Yeah, that person. Then the over emoji person. Then the person who's always side texting everybody else about what you say. It's a lot of people in the group chats. I think we need to have we need to figure out how to eliminate the drama in a group chat, but stay the course. Group chats are fun because you get a lot of information from the people that you love, but you have to have group chat etiquette. Pop in every now and then, pay attention to the important stuff, minimize your emojis unless it matters, call me, I don't want to read too much, and don't give me one line. I have a lot of rules. These are my rules for the group chat. So speaking of not responding, let's take the energy one step further. When it's not just a conversation you're ignoring, it's an actual whole human. Let's get into it. Ghosting. You know, ghosting or being ghosted. Ghosty, ghoster. Which one are you? Both bad. Never really the right choice. Sometimes it's innocent, sometimes it's not. Either way, it sucks for the person getting ghosted. I have, in fact, ghosted very few people in my life. More people I don't really know and just were coming on too strong. You know, with these online dating apps, I've ghosted those people. I, in fact, have never and would never ghost someone who ever meant anything to me because it is a small-minded way out of an argument. So I might be taking this personally. I'm going to just talk vastly about it. I digress. Let's talk about ghosting. It's a choice sometimes. Is it the right choice? Maybe. I don't know. I don't like it being done to me. I don't think it's the right choice if someone's been kind to you. I think a one-liner, hey, it didn't work out, you're not, whatever you can come up with, Cyrano your way through it. If I don't know you and you over-text me and we've met on a dating site, I don't feel the need to explain everything. I will then block or ghost. I don't know. Is blocking ghosting? No. I just learned today o'clock. If you block someone, you block them, that's not ghosting. That means that you're obviously not interested. The thing about ghosting that's so frustrating is that you don't ever get an explanation, which is the power behind it, which is why narcissists use it, because it's a powerful play on the person who needs closure. You know how hard it is to have zero closure? Yeah, you do. You know how. I'm not alone in this. If you don't answer somebody, that's ghosting. If you block them, done, story's over. But to allow someone to continuously text, ask questions, and not acknowledgement, no acknowledgement, that is ghosting. Is it ever okay? I personally don't think it is okay, aside from what I said, and I think that what I realize as I'm saying it is, I don't ghost, I block. If you're someone I don't know, over texting, being weird, clearly in just a text conversation, I know I'm not going to like you because you can read someone's vibe. And I know you can misunderstand someone on a text, but you can read someone's vibe on a text for sure. At least before a date, I think I can. I might be wrong, whatever. I mean, I've been wrong apparently before, not a lot. But I will block. So I don't think I've ever ghosted. I don't think I'm a ghoster. I've been ghosted. For sure. And it's a horrible feeling. I don't think people recognize the power behind the silence and the pain it causes. I think people choose it as an easy way out. And if it's just some simple relationship that didn't mean anything, if it's, I don't know when it would happen. I guess it's only dating, right? Friends don't ghost each other to the best of my knowledge. I think, well, maybe you can have a fight with a friend and ghost them. I've never had that happen. Only relationships. I've only been ghosted. I've only been ghosted by one relationship. And so I sit in the feelings of this one. But yeah, I think it's a really awful choice. And not explaining why things are happening or what emotion is behind it, or even if you're angry, it's such a better choice than to just stay silent. When you look and there's all that blue, oh my God. Yeah. Years ago, I was getting ghosted and I couldn't stop it. It's like I have an addiction to reaching out to someone who's ignoring me. Like, I'm going to fix it. I'm going to make you like me. I'm going to win this. I used to turn people around. I used to service recovery people at my old job. It was a term we used to fix a problem. I'm going to service recovery every situation, even if it's ghosting. No, I'm not. I'm just going to look psychotic. So what I did was change one number on the phone because I couldn't help myself. Left it under his name, changed it by one number. So whoever that was, and then I blocked them. So I was texting someone who wasn't my ex, but I text every night because it felt, the one-sided conversation for me still was something. Do you know what I'm talking about? Something about when you're being ghosted, you're like, I'm just going to keep talking. Like, what? No, maybe it's just me. As they come and take me off in the little jacket. It looks like what are those things called? Straight jacket. I'm already prepared. I'm all white for my time inside. I'm dressed for the nut house. What am I allowed to say? Nut house? People who are crazy house. I don't know what that's called. What is it called when you're crazy now? There's probably a new word. I'm probably saying all the wrong things, but it was a joke because you have to wear white when you're in a straight jacket. Okay, never mind. I'm old. I say incorrect things. Anyway, I would sit and text constantly this person who couldn't respond to me because they were blocked. And I didn't know that when you block someone, they still get your message. So I was texting this person repeatedly and they had no way of texting me back. But the number was off by one number because I didn't want to text him. Yeah. It's been a thing. This ghosting has been a theme for me for 14 years. I would like to have a whole seance about ghosting. I would like to de-ghost my life. I need a Ouija board to de-ghost. It's bad. Ghosting is terrible. It's the worst, and it's been a prominent part of my old relationship. I think we probably ghosted more than we talked. I think we've had more no conversation. We've had more one-sided conversations than we ever had two-sided conversations. Ghosting. When is it okay? My choice is never. It's never okay. It's a mean thing to do because you owe people an explanation. If you are, if you've had a kind moment with somebody, just simply say, like, this isn't going to work. I guess you could ghost someone that you've dated once or twice after meeting them. I've never done that. If a situation didn't work, I would text and say it didn't work, or go old school and actually have a phone call. Ooh, I'm so retro. But yeah, I think ghosting is a mean thing. I think we use it often as a power tool. I don't think it's kind. I don't think you ever get the result you want. And then how about this when it comes to ghosting? How about the ghost who reappears? How about that ghost? What do you do then? Oh, welcome back, Casper. How's it going? That's what I have to do. This is not all about you, Kelley. A little bit about me. But you know that ghoster, the one that comes back because you don't freak out and follow them and chase them and write them 5,000 text messages. They show back and go, hi. Oh, why don't you just say boo? You're a ghost, remember? What's with the hi? Boo to you too, jerk. Anyway, I am against ghosting on all accounts. Don't do it. Choose your words or block. I'd rather be blocked. So that's the etiquette. Don't do it. Block someone if you really, really don't want to have any communication with them. But don't allow someone to emotionally be open to you over and over and over again and meet them with silence. Because then you make people crazy. And then when you are in each other's company and you don't know why there's smoke coming out of their face and their ears and their head spins like The Exorcist, it's because you ghosted them and we can't talk about it. Yeah. I think I'm personalizing this again. Anyway, don't ghost. It's mean. I don't like it. That's my final say on ghosting. I think it's stupid and mean and weak and little. Block people. Do not ghost. But rejection is protection. So if they do ghost, let them. If they go away, let them go. There was an old poem, if you let something, what is it? You set something free. If it comes back, it's yours. If it doesn't, it never was. Not in the chat sphere. If something goes away, let it go. If it doesn't respond to you, don't keep chasing. And if it comes back, ghost them. Yeah, you don't have to keep the door open all the time. If you're ghosted and it hurts your feelings, you don't have to accept an apology. I think some of us do because we're kind people and you want to reopen that relationship. And I'm not saying anyone who, let me clear this up. I don't think everyone who ghosted is not kind. I think some people are afraid of dealing with their feelings. I think people are afraid to end a situation or don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, so they think no answer is better than a final answer. I don't agree with that. I think clarity is important, but rejection is protection. If they don't respond to you and they ghost, let them go, protect yourself, give yourself grace, and let them keep it moving. Don't chase someone who doesn't want to be there. It's a bad look. At the end of the day, social situations are weird. There are no social handbooks except for this episode. Kinda. Kidding. Sort of. It is a good handbook. But seriously, there's no perfect way to handle everything. And honestly, most of us are just improvising. But the goal is not to be perfect. It's to be comfortable being yourself. Whether that means leaving early, muting the group chat, or choosing not to respond at all. I think what I realize is confidence in a social situation does not mean doing the perfect thing or saying the perfect thing. It comes from trusting yourself, trusting when you've had enough, trusting when something feels off, trusting that you do not have to explain every decision that you make. Because the more you honor that, the easier all of this gets. So as we enter this new season, consider this your reminder. You do not have to stay longer than you want. You don't have to respond to everything. And you definitely do not have to keep people in your life out of obligation. We're moving differently this season. More boundaries, less overthinking, and way better exits. And I am so happy to be back with you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, rate Still Can't Cook 5 stars, and send this to the friend that never leaves the party on time, or the one who reads the group chat and says nothing. I love you, I miss you guys, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Hey guys, thank you so much for showing up for another episode of Still Can't Cook. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your podcasts, on YouTube or any other podcast provider. And if you're on Instagram or TikTok, please follow us at Still Can't Cook. Love to have you guys back every week. So happy that you joined us and look forward to seeing you next week.